See, it's probably another step before you do that. But I don't think horn players are supposed to be involved in that. That's the only thing wrong.
Where they find it from, but they come here.
I know it. But you know what? But you know what? The horn players always end up. Now, here's what killed me about it. The horn players end up. In the first place, they learn about the piano. The first thing they learn is how to play. And they think that's the end of the world. Dee-da-da-da-da-da. Then they got to play. They got to play that. And they don't know. They don't know how to improvise. They don't. You can't learn improvisation from knowing chords on the piano. That's what's wrong. You know, like it's like they pick chords on the piano and they say, "Oh yeah." So and everybody writes like that nowadays. You know, like they write exact chords and you have to play exactly what they wrote. And that's ridiculous. That's taken away from the music. And then the horn player is going to come up and he's going to play the notes in that. See, and that's where the problem comes in. See, they end up being players like this. That's the way they play. They couldn't run giant steps to save their lives. It's impossible. They couldn't just come up and play a phrase. See, you should be able to take a phrase. See, to me, a cat's supposed to be able to do something like, if I started here and I wanted to play some rhythm in B flat, I should be able to play rhythm in B flat. Let's see what happens. I should be able to start there and play rhythm in B flat. And you should be able to do, you should almost be able to do giant steps like that. Let's back it up. You know, you should be able to do it the same way. But that ain't the way cats try to play it. But see, they try to play it thinking of chords. And you can't think about chords, man. You can't think about chords. Like the only way I can see, I was telling them earlier, the only way I can see to play giant steps is you play one beat of B. And immediately you play D. So that if I said, now if I hit that note, I got to immediately go to D. I immediately went to D. Now listen. Now if I can't play but one more note of this G. I can't play but one note. I got to play two notes. One. Now the reason I'm playing one note of B is that I hesitated. Now watch. Now, see. That's the only way I could play that song. The only way you could possibly play that song where it'll sound musical.
Well, what do you think of this? Just let it stand there.
Yeah, now that's just, well, I wouldn't want you to do that all the way. I'd question you on that, you know. I'd question you on that. But see what you have to do.
So
you have to do.
You're talking about, Barry, you're talking about getting off that B.
Oh, you got to get off.
Right quick and go.
If I do this, now do this. I immediately got to go D. Watch. I'm immediately watch. Now watch. I got to be B flat. See, that's the only way I can make this thing sound like. See, if I do that, you see, I'm thinking of G, one half step. You see it. Now, see, a cat should be able to run it like that. Like I said, you should be able to start at a note. Now, you know, I gotta immediately change these things. You have to be immediately changing. You can't think of if you're gonna do, that's what it's gonna sound like. You gotta say, gotta do that. See what happened? But see, now I went through it. But that's the only way I could see you really playing the song. You have to think, 2 beats, 1 beat, almost like 1 and. Now, if I do this, 1 and, I gotta go to D. See what I mean? See what I said? See, B has got notes in common with D. D notes are all, see, every chord's got notes around anything. Any notes got something around it. So if I say, see that, now that's it. Now look. I went through it. So I always gotta say, see now I'm in B immediately. I'm in D immediately. See, I'm in the D. Now see. I don't even know the song. No. Let's see. Where did I go next? How do I do this? Let's get this song. Show me this song. What? Then that's it, right? Now what? In the first place, I'll show you what I don't like about the song right quick. This. See, if I'm going to go from E flat, for one thing, I would never play that like that. I would never. I'd have to play, you know what I'm talking about, that F7 to the 3rd of D. I wouldn't play. I would never. Played it, didn't I? That's the first time I ever tried to play it, because I never wanted to learn the song. See?
So
now watch.
It's like.
Yeah. Do it slow. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I didn't like it's something. If you pause, if you said don't nibble that, if you done it like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, see, even from the G to the B flat, immediately B flat. You know, you said. Now, see, he's doing it better than anybody I heard play it. That's just about the best right there.
So it's like 1 beat.
It's like you got to really make it. I want to hear it melodic. just sit up and just mess around like that, I could play it. I gotta sort of slop over it to really start feeling what it's like, you know. But I know that the closest I've come, and then I want to hear some triplets. See, I don't want to hear just eighth notes. I want to hear a cat playing like he's playing. I want to hear. I want to. You know, I want to hear. I want to hear as if you play. All right. Some triplets stuck in there somewhere. I don't want to hear. Start over with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what is it? I'm playing wrong. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead. About the song. Let me show you about the song. See, it used to be a cat, a piano player in Detroit named Will Davis. He used to end songs like this. Let me show you how he used to end a song. He'd say. And that's the same thing. You know, that's the way he used to end the song. That was like an ending thing, you know. But I'd have to really see. I've never said it. I've never been with anybody and really played it, like with a rhythm section. You know, like really play the song, and then see what comes. If I really had.